Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter persons. The lessons we're going to cover today are estimate percents of numbers and money amount, solve percent equations, and percent of change. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I am on grade 7 math. The chapter we are on now is persons. Let's just start with the lesson that is estimate persons of numbers. Which is the most accurate way to estimate 74% of 74? So, a compatible number is nearby number that is easy to multiply by a fraction. So, you have to find a compatible number, right? So, that is 74% of 74. So, 74% is you can replace the 74% with the nearest common fraction, right? So, the nearest common fraction to 74% is 3 by 4, right? And the nearest number that would be compatible to 4 is 72. So you can replace 74 by 72, right? 3 by 4 times 72. So you need to just evaluate. You have to do 3 by 4 times 72. 3 by 4 times 72 is 54, right? So the correct option is 54. Let's just start with the test question. Let's see how do we evaluate the percents of number. How do we estimate the percents of number? Which is the most accurate way to estimate 35% of 62? So 35% of 62 is you need to estimate 35% to the nearest fraction, right? So 35% is replaced by the nearest fraction that is 1 over 3, right? Now you have to replace 62 to the nearest number that can be easily divided by the 63, so you need to replace it by 63, right? Because 63 is easily divided by 3. So that is 1 by 3 times 63, right? Replace the percentage with the nearest fraction that would be replaced by 1 by 3 and then replace a number that can be easily divided by the fraction nearest number, right? That is 1 by 3 times 63. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 1 by 3 times 63. Which is the most accurate way to estimate 32% of 20? So, which is the correct option? You have to do 32%. The nearest fraction to 32% is 1 over 3. That would be 1 by 3. And then the nearest number that can be easily divided by 3 is 21. So that is 1 by 3 times 21. That is 1 by 3 times 21. Option number 1 is the correct option. It is 1 by 3 times 21. Which is the most accurate way to estimate 73% of 77? So, which is the correct option? 73% of 77. The 73% can be replaced by the nearest fraction, that would be 3 over 4, right? So then you have to replace the 77 with a number that can be easily divided by 4. So that would be 76. 76 can be easily divided by 4. So that is 7 by 6 times 3 by 4 times 76. That is 3 by 4 times 76. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which is the most accurate way to estimate 25% of 59? So, which is the correct option? 25% of 59 is, that is 1 by 4 times 60. Option number 3 is the correct option. So, that is 1 by 4 times 60. Option number 3 is the correct option. Which is the most accurate way to estimate 24% of 81? Which is the correct option? 24% of 81 is, the correct option is 1 by 4 times 80, right? The correct option is 1 by 4 times 80. What is the most accurate way to estimate 75% of 71? So, which is the correct option? 75% of 71 is, that would be 3 by 4 times 72. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is percents of numbers and money amount. So let's just start with the lesson. So complete the following statement: 45% of 5. You have to evaluate 45% of $5. So you have to calculate the whole number is 5. 5 is the whole number. You have to calculate 40% of 5, right? So that would be n divided by 5. That would be n divided by h. Then basically the proportion is like this: part divided by whole number, that equals the percentage, right? Percentage divided by 100, right? So that is part 5. You need to calculate the part of 5. So that would be n over 5 equals 4 times 100. So when you do n over 5 times n over 5 equals 40 times 100, that would be 2. That means 40% of 5 is, that means 40% of 5 is 2. Got it? So let's just start with the test question. Let's see how do we calculate percents of money amount and numbers. You have to calculate 60% of 20. 20 is the whole number, right? And you have to calculate 60%, so that would be n divided by 20 equals 60 over 100. Got it? So you have to do n equals 60 times 20 over 100. 60 times 20 is 2 times 6 is 12, that is 1200 divided by 100, and that equals 12. So that means 20% of, sorry, 60% of 20 is, So the correct option is option number 1, that is 12. 20% of 60% of 20 is 12. Complete the following statement: 80% of 65. So let's just evaluate 80% of 65. So you have to do the whole is 65 is the whole number. You have to evaluate n divided by 65 equals 80 over 100. So which is the correct option? That is n equals 80 times 65 over 100. So which is the correct option? 80 times 65 is, that is 52. So that means 65% of 80 is 52. Number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2. Why no one is answering? 30% of 90 equals, which is the correct option? 30% of 90 is 27. Option number 2 is the correct option. . 40% of 15, which is the correct option? That is 6. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? You have to do n divided by 15 times n divided by 15 equals 40 over 100. So you have to do n equals 40 times 15 over 100. So just evaluate, it would be 6. The correct option is 6. The correct option is option number 2. Let's just move on to next question. The next one is 20% of 55. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That is 11. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just this lesson. The next one is solve percent equations. Let's just start with the lesson. What percent of 100 is 70, right? You are given the whole and the part, both. You have to calculate the percentage, right? So you have to use the same proportion. The whole is 100, the part is 70. 70 divided by 100 equals n over 100. You have to evaluate this equation for n. So n equals 70, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we evaluate. Complete the following statement. What percent of 10 is 7? 7 is the whole number, right? That would be 7 over 10 because 7 is the part of 10. How much part you have to evaluate, right? N over 100. So that would be n equals 7 times 100 over 10. So n equals 70. That is 70%. Got it? So the correct option is 70%, right? Let's just move on to next question. Complete the following statement. What percent of 92 is 69? So 69 is the part of 92. So that would be 69 over 92 equals n over 100. So that is n equals 69 times 100 over 92. So which is the correct option? That would be 6900 divided by 92. So which is the correct option? Just do the calculation. So that equals n equals 75%, right? So that means 69 is no, yes, 69 is 75% of 92. The correct option is 75%. Got it? If you have any question, you can please ask. I will explain again if you have any problem. 60% of what number is 18? So now you need to find the whole number, right? 65% of some number is 18. So that means you need to calculate the whole number. You are given that is 60 over 100, right? So cross multiply, that is 18 times 100 equal 60 times W, and W equals 1800 divided by 60. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 30. 6 times 3 is 18. So that would be 30. That means 18 is 60% of 30. Got it? The correct option is option number 1. Complete the following statement. What percent of 2 is 1? What percent of 2 is 1? So 1 is the part, 2 is the whole number. You have to calculate percentage. So that is n equals 1 times 100 over 2. That equals 100 divided by 2 is 50% it is. That means 2 is 50% of 1. So the correct option is 50%, right? The next one is what percent of 90 is 9? 90 is the whole number, 9 is the part, that would be 9 over 90. You need to calculate what percent it is. So n equals 9 times 100 over 90. So which is the correct option? It is 900 divided by 90. So the correct option is the correct option is 10%. It is right. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is that it is the last lesson from the chapter percent of change. Okay, so let's just start with the lesson. What is the percent of change from 75 to 54, right? So you need to use the formula, that is percent of change is amount of change divided by original amount. You need to calculate amount of change, right? From 75 to 54. So you have to do 75 minus 54, that is the change, divided by the 75 to 54. So 75 is the original value. Calculate, that is 21 over 75, that is 0.28. The correct option is 0.28. You need to calculate the answer in percentage. So multiply it by the 100. So the correct option is 28%, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we calculate the rate of change, percentage of change. Isn't it the ones we just did? 28% decrease it is, I think, because 75 to 54, that is decreasing. You have to do the rate of change. The rate of change is 75 minus 54 divided by the original value. The original is 75, right? So that is 21 over 75, 0.28 it is. You have to calculate the percentage. That is 28%. Basically, you have to calculate how much percent the value is changing from 75 to 54, right? Originally that was 75. So 75 to 54, that is a decrease, right? The value is decreasing. You need to calculate how much percent it is decreasing. So you have to calculate the Change divided by the original value. Let's see how much it is changing. 75 minus 54. So that means it is decreasing by 21. 21 over the original value is 75. So 21 over 75 is 0.28. You need to calculate the percentage. So that is 28% and the value is decreasing. So the correct option is 28% decrease. Got it, everyone? The correct option is 28% decrease. What is the percent of change from 5 to 9? So the value is increasing from 5 to 9, right? So let's just calculate how much it is increasing, how much percent it is increasing, right? 5 to 9. So 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 divided by the original value is 5, right? So 4 over 5 is 0.8. Multiply it by the 100%. So that is 80% increase. That means the value is increasing by 80%. The correct option is 80% increase. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is 80% increase. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the percent of change from 4 to 3? 4 to 3, the value is decreasing, right? So 4 minus 3 divided by 4, that is 1 over 4. That is 25% decrease. The correct option is 25% decrease. That is option number 3 is the correct option. What is the percent of change from 2000 to 3000? So the value is changing from 2000 to 3000, right? That means that is increasing. How much increasing? Increasing by 1000. So 1000 divided by 2000 is 1 over 2. Multiply it by the 100. That means the value is increasing by 50%. The correct option is 50% increase. The last option is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. Chapter we were working on is persons. The lessons we have covered today are persons, estimate persons of numbers and money amounts, solve percent equations and percent of change. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.